Hey guys, it's Michael. I have a very exciting update for you on the second stimulus package from the White House and Larry Kudlow. During an interview yesterday with Fox News, Larry Kudlow laid out what exactly will be in the second stimulus package. He said we'll have some unemployment reforms, we'll have some re-employment bonuses, we'll have some additional stimulus checks, and he goes into specific details as well. After that, he also goes on to explain 4 things that every single American should do, particularly those people who are living in hotspots, areas where there are an increase in cases, if we want to rebuild the economic health and prosperity we had before the virus. So in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly what he said about the second stimulus package and what he said all American citizens need to be doing to help us see a quick recovery. But before we get started, if you're interested in the stock market, stimulus checks, or how to make money in general, please be sure to like the video down below and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 when you download the Acorns investing app. Anyways, let's get right into it, and if you want to skip ahead to any point in the video, I'm going to include the timestamps down below. So during an interview yesterday with Fox News, Larry Kudlow, who is an advisor to the White House, on Friday, he dismissed the difficulties surrounding getting students back to school, back into classrooms, as virus cases continue to rise in many states. He said, just go back to school. We can do that, and you can social distance, people can get their temperatures taken, you can wear a mask, you can get tested. He said, come on, it's not that hard. He said he doesn't understand why schools are making it difficult, making a whole big thing about reopening when businesses are starting to reopen as well, and people just wear masks and social distance. He said there's really no substitute for in-person schooling. He said, I think all experts can agree on that. He goes on to explain how you talk to a single working mom, she's got to send her kids back to school if the kid's at home, because if the kid's at home, she can't go to work. She may not be able to afford extra help, and if schools don't open, that is a big reason why many people can't go back to work, and that will hold back the economy from recovering. His comments about following the guidelines that the CDC put in place about wearing masks, social distancing, and all of that inside of schools, those run against what President Trump was saying the other day. On Wednesday, President Trump said all of the guidelines that the CDC put for schools were too expensive and too tough, and he wanted them to revise them. But according to Larry Kudlow, he said people should just follow those guidelines, and it's not that difficult. Trump also threatened to cut off federal funding to schools who don't reopen. So as of right now, everyone in the White House wants schools to reopen in the fall because that will help the economy recover. If schools don't reopen, there's no way to take care of millions of children. Moving on, he goes on to talk about businesses reopening and seeing a full recovery very soon. He said if you want not only education, but if you want every business to reopen and stay open, if you want folks to go back to work and have more jobs, he said basically if you want to see the economy back to normal, there are 4 things that every American needs to do. He said the first one is to wear a face mask or face cover. The second one is to social distance. The third is to get tested. And the fourth is to maintain personal hygiene. He said those are the things that will beat the virus and allow the economy to recover in the second half of the year. He said without these things, without people following guidelines, then we may see things get worse like we are seeing right now, where in a number of states we're seeing record highs every single day still. So we'll have to follow these guidelines, and I'll keep you updated on what happens here. Now let's get into the second stimulus package, and the exciting news here, specifically what he said is going to be in the second stimulus package. So while President Trump has advocated for additional stimulus payments in the second round that are larger than what we received in the first round, President Trump said he's willing to spend more money than what the Democrats want. Larry Kudlow said in his interview with Fox News that the checks in the second round may end up being smaller. White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow said that the next round of direct stimulus payments would be less than $1,200 and targeted toward people in lower income brackets, specifically those people without jobs. He explained the reason that they want to do this is because the White House is hoping to keep the cost of the next stimulus package down with a figure of $1 trillion or less. And in order to do this, they need to cut out who's going to be receiving the stimulus checks. So this isn't good news, because if the next bill were to pass like Larry Kudlow is saying, not as many people would receive direct checks. But the good news here is that we know there is going to be a second check. He goes on to also talk about unemployment benefits and how there will be some sort of additional support in addition to a stimulus check for people who are unemployed, whether that is enhanced unemployment benefits or back to work bonuses. He says that the next relief bill could include unemployment reforms, which is the $600 per week or $2,400 per month benefit bump given to people who claim unemployment benefits. Those are the people who get $600 per week or $2,400 per month on top of their state unemployment benefits. Democrats have proposed extending the $600 per week payments, and they want to continue this after they expire on July 31st, because they say many Americans are going to have no source of income, and this is one way that they can help target those people who don't have jobs. These are set to expire on July 31st. But many Republicans are concerned that it discourages people to go to work altogether, because many people are making more money staying at home collecting these benefits than going to work. However, in the interview, Larry Kudlow recognizes that they need to extend some additional support for people who are unemployed. He mentioned a back to work bonus, which would provide an incentive for people to return to work. And he specifically spoke about Rob Portman's $450 back to work bonus. He said specifically that he thinks that this is a good idea and they should do something like this. And finally, he ends the interview by talking about some specific details of the second stimulus package. He goes on to say that the next round of stimulus payments to Americans should focus on those who no longer have a job to return to. He said that the next virus relief package should be tighter and more targeted than previous efforts they have passed. He said the kind of economic assistance will probably be very carefully targeted, and it will target those people who don't have jobs. He says it's not going to be across the board. It's not going to be that everyone receives a stimulus payment, much like we saw in the first round. They're going to make these much more targeted. He said the key now is helping folks get back to work. He said we'll have some unemployment reforms. We'll do some sort of extended unemployment benefits, whether that is $600 per week or if they reduce that. He said they're also going to have some sort of re-employment bonuses, so encouraging people to go back to work. And he finally said they will also have direct stimulus checks. So they said in the next relief package, they are going to have all three, which is great news. They're going to have direct stimulus checks, they're going to do weekly unemployment benefits, and they're also going to have back to work bonuses. So this is great news. He didn't specifically say how much for each aspect of this, but he did say that we will see all three of these in the next package. He said, I think it's going to be a tighter bill because we can't keep doing $3 and $4 trillion stimulus packages. That's too much for the American economy, and that will add too much debt to the U.S. deficit. And just like everyone else in Congress has been saying, we can look for a second relief bill to be passed by the end of this month or right before the August recess. So I'll keep you updated on what happens there. But that is just a very quick update on what Larry Kudlow said yesterday with Fox News on the second stimulus package and schools reopening. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. Get $5 when you download the Acorns investing app. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.